Okay, so you need your worksheet, your highlighter, and a checking pen, not pencil. We need to check our practice on our suffixes, 5.4c. Suffixes. In which words is ness used the same as it is in happiness? So you should have highlighted your keywords and phrases. I have a hard time with these tools on this one, so just you can do better than I can. So basically, when they're asking you about a suffix or a prefix, you need to ask yourself, what does it mean in that word? Just like word study, right? Happiness. Well, we learned in word study that ness means a state of being. So here it means a state of being happy. I am also looking very carefully to see if you are paying attention to directions, because that's something we need to work on. Our directions here say that you need to underline all of your answers where ness means the same as happiness. So you should have been looking for where it means a state of being happy. Another tip with prefixes and suffixes, our title says that these are suffixes. So suffixes should be at the end of the word. So you can basically get rid of anything where it's not, where it's at the beginning. Now, there are words that have more than one suffix, so you have to be careful. For example, here, breathlessness. Both less and ness are suffixes. So you could actually have it in the middle of a word and it is still a suffix, okay? But if it's at the beginning, like in nesting, that's not a suffix. That's at the beginning of a word, and it's actually part of the root nest, okay? So we can get rid of nesting. Does not mean a state of being ting. Let's look at breathlessness. Does that mean a state of being breathless? Yes, it does. So we are going to underline breathlessness as one of our answers. Emptiness. Well, it means a state of being happy. Does it mean a state of being empty? Yes, it does. That is one of our answers. Politeness. Does it mean a state of being polite? Yes, it does. Uh-oh. Sorry, I don't know what just happened there. So we need to underline it as one of our answers. Nesses, again, that's not a suffix. It's at the beginning. Does that mean a state of being as anyway? Absolutely not. Nestle, wrong part of the word. Doesn't mean a state of being full, so we would not underline that. Number 2, in which words is less used the same as it is in useless? Again, look at where it is. These all happen to be suffixes. So they are at the middle or end. Useless. Ask yourself what it means. Less means without. So if something is useless, it's without a use. There are no uses for it. So let's look at the rest of them. Faithless. Does it mean the same? Does it mean without faith? Yes, it does. Uh-oh. Our directions changed. This time we need to highlight all of our answers. Lesser. Well, I noticed that is at the beginning of the word instead of the end, and it does not mean without so we're not going to highlight that one. Breathless. Without breath. Yes, if you're breathless, you can't catch your breath. Lesson. Is it a suffix? No. Does it mean without No. Bless. Ooh, that one's at the end. Does it mean the same? Does it mean without b? No. Bless, the LESS is just part of the word bless. Speechless. Does it mean without speech? Yes, if you are speechless, you cannot speak. So highlight that as one of your answers. Number 3. In which words is full, F-U-L, used the same as it is in joyfulness? Well, I notice it's in the middle of a word. Sort of. But really what's happening here, it looks like it's in the middle. But we have our root word joy, and then we have a combination of 2 suffixes, full and ness. So it is still a suffix because it's added after the root word joy. What does it mean? Because we have to look, is it used the same? Joyful. Well, joyfulness is a state of being full of joy. So full means full of here. We got to find the ones where it means the same. Usefulness. Does that mean a state of being full of use? Yes, usefulness is when it's a state of being full of uses. You can select this any way you want. You can highlight it. You can change the text color, whatever. It just says select all. Beautiful. Does it mean full of beauty? Yes, it does. Fanciful. Does it mean full of fancy? Yes, it does. If something's fanciful, it's just full of fancy. Fulton. Again, it's in the wrong part of the word. It does not mean full of ton. Fulcrum. Wrong part. This is at the beginning. It does not mean full of crumb. Fuller does not mean full of lur. So you have found all of your suffixes meaning full of. Read the sentence. The student's insight showed an ability to look deeply into concepts to understand them. In which words is in used the same as it is in insight? And it says to underline all. This one, we've talked about how using the word parts can really help you with the meanings, but if you have context, that helps you even more than anything. Context is the best way to figure out a meaning of a word. The student's insight showed an ability to look deeply into concepts to understand them. So if we're trying to figure out what insight means, we know that in can mean a couple of different things. It can mean into, like looking into. It can mean on. It can mean not. So we got to look at our sentence to figure out what does it mean in insight. The student's insight showed an ability to look deeply into concepts to understand them. So it's telling me in the context, insight means you're looking, see the sight, looking deeply into concepts to understand them, okay? So it does not mean not, it means in. So let's look at these. Independent, does that mean looking into dependent? No, it means not dependent, so we will not select that one. Inhale, does it mean that something is coming in? Yes, inhale right now. You are breathing in, okay? So we need to underline that one as one of our choices. Been, first of all, I notice this is a prefix. This is actually part of your root word. It's in the wrong part of the word. It doesn't mean into be. Inside, does it mean into something? Yes, if you go inside, you're going into a dwelling or a house or a building. Infinite. Okay, finite means it has an ending. Like you think of the word finish. If something finishes, it has an ending. So infinite, and think about what infinite means. It means it does not have an ending. So here, in means not. Interfere. Here, actually, so we're going to ask, does it mean into, interfere? No. The prefix here is actually inter, which means to go back and forth in between. So we have found both of our words where in means into. Breathing in, you're going inside. Which words are synonyms of flawless? Synonyms mean the same. So you just need to think, what does flawless mean? Well, flawless means it is perfect. So we're looking for words that are synonyms. We're definitely going to highlight or choose perfect. Is there anything else here that means perfect? Well, corrupt. Corrupt means that it's bad. It's got flaws. Okay. Unblemished. Well, a blemish is a flaw. Un means not. So if something is unblemished, it is not flawed. So that would be another synonym for flawless. Pretty. If something's pretty, does that mean that it's flawless? Almost, but not quite. I mean, I've seen some very pretty people that have some interesting flaws, okay? So be careful on that one. Pretty does not mean the same as flawless. It means flawless means it's without any blemishes, any mistakes. It is absolutely perfect. Nice. No. Again, that one's kind of close, but it doesn't mean you're flawless if you're nice. I know lots of people that are nice, but they're not flawless. Wrong. That would be closer to an antonym, but not even quite an antonym. So perfect and unblemished are our two synonyms. Which two words are antonyms of respectful? Well, it tells us there are going to be two, so that's helpful. We need antonyms. Antonyms mean the opposite. So we need to figure out what does respectful mean and find the opposite. Well, respectful means full of respect. So picture someone that is respectful. If you're respectful, you're saying things like, please, thank you. You're treating others with respect. We need the opposite of that. Okay? So we need the opposite. Picture the opposite of respectful. The opposite of respectful is going to be somebody that's pretty rude, right? I don't see rude in here, but I do see disrespectful, and I know that dis means not, right? So disrespectful would definitely be a good antonym. Impolite. Well, if you are respectful, you are polite. M is another prefix that means not. Why did it just move up there? I have no idea. Impolite is a synonym, an antonym for respectful. Okay. Nice. Is that an antonym for respectful? No. It's almost a synonym. Although I know some nice people that don't always have the best manners. Admiring. Well, you might be respectful to someone that you are admiring, but that is definitely not an antonym for respectful. Loud. Well, if you're respectful, you say please and thank you. Does that make loud an antonym? No, you could actually shout, hey, man, can I please have some bread if you're across the room? So be careful. This is not, loud as a volume, okay? Respect is more with your words and your actions. Quiet. Again, that is more with your volume. You can be quiet and not be respectful. That's a volume, not your actions, okay? So which two words are antonyms of respectful? Disrespectful means you're not respectful. Impolite means you're not polite, not respectful. Please answer in complete sentences. What is the meaning of the suffix ness? The suffix ness means a state of being. I would like for you to make it a different color just so it stands out to my eyes. What is the meaning of the suffix less? The suffix less means without. What is the meaning of the suffix full? You could say it longer if you wanted to, but the suffix full means full of, period. Make sure you have complete sentences. Make sure that they have capital letters and ending marks, and you are finished. So the next thing you need to do is open up your other tab and take your quiz.